I didn't have the window showing you. Hold on, hold on. Oh, my microphone's on. Let's see. My mic is muted. Hi, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm muted. But just was saying, hope everybody's having a great week so far. Welcome to the show. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great weekend coming up. It's going to be Cinco de Mayo, as well as May the 4th be with you. Welcome back to the show. I am your host, the Dusty One himself, the Dusty Uno, but you can call me Dusty for short. Let's get into it. We got a special guest today. He's the sourest of blows. Is that right? I don't know. Does that make sense? But we got a good one today. Got a good friend in the community. Someone who not only has good knowledge in gaming, but as well as wrestling and, entertainment and whatnot. So decided to get him on the show this evening. Hopefully we can get him back on again in the future. Hey, what's good, Punty? How you doing, brother? Am I shining bright? So without further ado, I present to you none other than Sour Blow, baby. Yeah, let's get it.
Hello, how's it going? Finally, I'm able to make it. I've been trying to make it for a while, but as a parent, the time frame kind of made it hard. And today, we have podcasts on Wednesday, which is the same day, but finally, I'm here and excited to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for being here. For me, because I have so much going on myself as well too, and it's just like everything is so last minute sometimes. So thank you so much for answering the call and joining me on this wonderful evening. We're on Infinite Umbra here, but I think he works at night, right? Umbra, like, doesn't he? He's a nighttime worker. I'm not sure. He works third shift. I used to work third shift. I know that life. I kind of miss that life. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, we need to get Umbra on the show. Umbra Engine 5, Infinite Umbra 5. What's up, Punty Maniac, RSJ fan? Hope everybody's feeling good. Good to see you all. RSJ, Infinite, Poison, Punty. Yeah. So, before we get into everything, Sour, tell me, what game are you currently playing right now?
Okay, well, right now, my main game is Dragon Dogma 2.
Okay.
I've been putting a lot of hours in it. It's easier to play on my ROG Ally, so that's the game I'm putting more hours into. And I recently also returned back to Sea of Thieves. Hadn't played in a while. That was actually the game that brought me into the Xbox ecosystem, because I was mainly just PC. I started playing it on PC, but then my friends that I met through Xbox, they kind of was like, hey, we can't play with you on PC. PC is too OP. So they made me buy a console, and that's how I actually got into the ecosystem, which is fun.
Okay. I love Sea of Thieves, but strangely, I'm one of those people, and I say strangely because I'm one of those people that played Sea of Thieves and hated when other players would just come in and ruin the whole fun and experience. You spent like 2 hours with your friends, going on an adventure, doing some shit, and next thing you know, you get raided, and it's just it kills the whole vibe, and then you think of a game like Grounded, and then you don't even want to play that because it's like, well, what if it happens in there? You get that one player that joins your party or whatever and just ruins all the fun. So why it's strange is because I know they've had the recent update where that is no longer an issue. You can finally sail the 7 seas, if you will, with your friends without getting hassled or griefed by anyone. And I haven't played. That's why it's strange. Because you think I would have played with the update coming out, and I haven't yet. So, but I do want to soon, and I do want to play Grounded again soon. Those are very good social games for me to want to play with some friends and whatnot. So, if you ever want to run something in Sea of Thieves or Grounded, let me know, bro. Force me to get back into it. Definitely. Yeah, I'm down.
But I'm more of a not safer seas, because I just feel that adds a little
you like that pressure.
it adds to the tension. Yeah, definitely. It makes more of a pirate life when when you have that possibility.
No, I feel that. I feel that. And it is kind of true. There has been some situations where like other players try to grief me and like it was like, oh no, get away, and it ended up being kind of funny, you know. But there are times where you get griefed by other players and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're in a moment where it's like, not right now, bro. Like, could you have waited 10 minutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but no, I feel you like that extra pain, you know?
Yeah. My favorite is when you go to cash in all your all your loot and you're just about done, and then a ship comes right at that moment to attack you, but you're practically done.
Yeah.
And then you sink them and take their loot. So
yeah,
that makes
you know
it even better.
What was I gonna say? Have you played the recent update for Vampire Survivors, or the DLC it was?
I have played almost all of them, but I don't think the last one, I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the one with the guns, that's the one that like I'm like,
oh, bro Tato.
That's for Brotato, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And Tato's the one with the guns.
Yeah.
Or do you mean the Vampire Survivor update?
The gun update for Vampire Survivors. No, I love Brotato. Brotato is freaking awesome. I love that game. But no, the gun update, Operation, what is it called? I forget.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, so that's the update I was mainly looking forward to. I like the Contra update and all of that and whatnot, and I can't wait to check all of that out. But when they were like adding this guns update, I was like, okay, kind of got a little Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online, you know, switch up going on. I see you. Okay. What games have I been playing? Fallout 76. I restarted it, but I need to play more, and I need to squad up with some friends and whatnot. I haven't squatted up with any randoms or anything like that, or tried to, but I want to play with some friends on 76. I'm enjoying it a lot. Are you playing 76?
I was gonna say I tried it recently with Lou, and
what happened?
Shout out to them. But to be honest, for me personally, even though it's a game that you play with friends,
yeah,
it's probably a game I would not enjoy that much with friends, because I'm more of like, when I play RPGs, I tend to talk with everything, you know, read all the conversations.
Yeah.
And when I play with friends, it's more about having a good time talking with them. So I can't really do both at the same time.
You like the dialogue and the story,
yeah.
and you know, and when you like to be invested is what
exactly.
It is. Yeah.
Yes.
And if you're playing with friends, even if nobody's skipping the dialogue, it's still a distraction. You know what I mean? And you almost like don't even want to tell your friends like, yo, when the dialogue happens, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't even like want to say that to people, you know?
Exactly.
So, but well, if you ever change your mind, right here. I've also been playing. Oh no, I need to finally check out Legends of Kanzara Zao. That recently came out. So I had said on the previous episode that I won that from Boom's channel in his recent raffle that he did for that game, and
nice,
I finally have some time like this weekend to play it, so I need to check that one out. That's a game that I need to look at. Before we get started on Starfield, with the Starfield May update news, what is one game that is coming out soon that you're looking forward to?
What do you call soon? Like this year or next month?
Within the next 1 to 3 months.
Let's see, we're May. Well, to be honest, like personally for me right now, I'm focusing trying to finish Dragon Dogma.
Okay.
But I also like to, I like to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
I don't like to rush it. Then after that, I'm kind of I'm kind of like in between because I was playing the Mass Effect trilogy and
Okay.
I finished 1 and 2. So I'm cut in between playing Mass Effect 3 or playing No Rest for the Wicked, which I bought day 1, but I
Okay.
still have it there. I only played it like an hour or 2. And the other thing is, I kind of want to go back and play the Stalkers with the like all the other Stalker to get ready for Stalker 2 because that's probably my most anticipated game. Stalker
Okay.
2.
Stalker 2 then. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you.
So I'm like,
No, no,
I'll probably jump into the old Stalker to get ready for Stalker 2.
no Hellblade 2.
See, I am gonna play it, but I'm not.
You're
Like,
not
I
as
like
looking
the
forward to it
first
as.
one a lot, but it's
Mm,
not really my type of game. But I think it's gonna be easy for me to play because what I'm gonna do is since my main game is Dragon Dogma and I play it in the ROG,
mm-hmm.
what I can do is I can play Hellblade on my PC, on my main PC.
Okay.
And since it's a short game, I can kind of time that and get it done easy. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll take that long.
True. True. Awesome,
What
bro.
about you?
What game am I looking forward to? Hellblade 2, but I do need to go back to the first one and play more of it. I didn't get through much of it, and that was just time constraints and whatnot. No excuses, but it is what it is. I'm looking forward to. What was I thinking about earlier today? I wish I had the Jeopardy music playing as I think. That would be great right now. I can't even remember. Hold on, let me open 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't ruin everything.
Do you like horror games and all that?
I do. I don't always play them, but I'm not like afraid of them, and I do occasionally enjoy them. Sometimes I'll just watch like gameplay on YouTube if I don't have time to play. I like watching, Rad Brad and Hollow and them, do their thing.
There's this game that comes out tomorrow. It's called like Indica. It looks interesting. It's it reminds me of The Nun, the movie The Nun.
Oh God, no. Okay. See, I say that, but like, I'll do it. I'm not afraid and of like I get scared, but during the process, but I'm not afraid to attempt it. I enjoy horror and whatnot.
Trying to get crazy little player.
Do that. Actually, well, so this isn't. I wouldn't say this is a game release that I'm looking forward to. Just more of a first time playthrough. Now, because of the update that's come out, and you all can say whatever you want. I never got the opportunity in the past to play this game, and then ever since then, it just wasn't really my thing to play this game. Mainly because I'm not good at single player story games. I don't have the attention span for it. Everybody knows this by now. But Fallout 4, I know it's a great story. I have watched a lot of the gameplay on YouTube just because I didn't have the attention span to play it and I couldn't play it at the time. But now, because of the recent update and the TV show, and going back to 76 for me, because I did enjoy 76 the first time I played it, so I restarted it. I want to try Fallout 4 for myself. I want to see how much I can get through. I do enjoy STARFIELD. That is one of the few single player games where I can be perfectly fine just because it's the aesthetic of the game, which we're going to talk about right now, and is going to make me want to open that game again once the update drops. But I would say right now, a game that I'm looking forward to playing for the first time would be Fallout 4, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll live stream it. I haven't live streamed doing gameplay in a very long time. But maybe I'll do it for the channel, just a random stream, so we'll see. But sorry if you guys hear background noise, by the way. My setup is in my garage and the laundry is done in the garage. So if you hear some in the background, I apologize. Let's see. All right, so let's get to our first topic of the show, shall we? Starfield, the May update, has been released for the next update of Starfield by Bethesda. This update is going to be a pretty hefty one, followed by what seems like a few, I don't know if you want to say hot fixes or just minor updates, adding more features before the Shattered Space DLC in September, I believe. But as reported online by many, but I have Game Pass Tracker here from X, Starfield Update 4 is coming on May 15th and is available today on Steam Beta. It is bringing 60 FPS performance mode for Xbox Series X, new detailed maps for cities and planets, ship decoration mode that allows you to place furniture and decoration in your ship's interior, new empty halves you can place on your ship to use as a basis for decoration, new gameplay options that allow you to change every aspect from enemy damage to carry weight, ability to change traits and appearance when beginning New Game Plus, dialogue camera toggle so you can turn off the character zoom, which this is a cool feature, from the vanilla dialogue system, inventory navigation tabs to make selling, buying items less confusing, and much, much more bug fixes. So that is the rundown for the Starfield May update. Sir, I am going to direct it to you while I go check something really fast. But I would like you to take the floor. For this news for Starfield, which part, I guess you could put this as a two-part question. Take your time with it, please. But first part of the question would be, which part of this update are you most excited? I don't want to say, everybody says that. I don't want to say most excited for. That's generic. But in just a basic term, which part of this update raises your eyebrow, if you will, intrigues you the most, has you looking forward to returning to the game? And then the second part of the question is, how far into the game have you gotten? Please, if you will.
All right. Well, I'll start with how far I got into the game, which I actually beat the game. I got to New Game Plus, and I tried a little bit more. Like, I probably played like 2 hours more after New Game Plus because I just wanted to see if things would change and how was it going to be after that. And I actually loved how it began all over again. How it was kind of different. It was like you're playing the same game, but it's kind of different, and everything adapts to it. Spoiler alert. But so I was pleased with that. However, I do know there's a DLC. I already paid for the DLC, so I wanted that the second time that I do replay the game, I want to wait for the DLC, since I tend to spend a lot of time, a lot of hours in these type of game. I spent over 250 hours playing Starfield, so I want to make sure that I did enjoy it the second time around. So with the new content, then definitely that will be a great time. Now, out of the May update, I think one of the things that I'm more intrigued of is probably the vehicles. Even though they just mentioned that they're working on one vehicle, I'm not sure if it's gonna be ready for the May update. I didn't have time to read through it, but I think vehicle definitely is one thing that's necessary. I always have said it. To me, I love this game. It was my game of the year, but I did see that it was lacking in certain areas that needed some things. It wasn't a perfect game, but I also feel like the game kind of got destroyed by media and so many other people, just probably because it was an Xbox game.
Yeah. the Xbox packs, if you will.
Give me 1 second. I gotta do this. So
No,
I'll be
you
right
gotta
back.
check.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So, what I will say about Starfield, I don't remember. I have to double check again how many hours I had in my first playthrough, but I think I only got about a little under halfway through, or maybe halfway through, and I am tempted to start over just because it's been a while since I've played the game, and I want to relearn, the systems and whatnot, and all of that. I don't mind going through the tutorial again and all of that good stuff. But because of the update on May 15th, that's probably when I'll start my second playthrough. Just starting over. I know there's New Game Plus. I get that things happen at the end and you know blah, 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 blah. But for me, I would feel more comfortable starting over. Like, why not? And so we'll see what happens with that. But as far as this update, what I'm looking forward to is the detailed surface maps. I think that's a really, really great addition, as well as them adding more well visualized icons so that when you're traversing around and whatnot on different planets or whatnot, that you can find different places you can go to a lot easier. I think that's a great addition, adjusting carry weight and all of that good stuff. I really do like the toggle for the dialogue, the camera option, just because, not everybody likes kind of like how it is right now. So the fact that they give that option so you guys can change back, depending on your style, I think is great. The 60 FPS, obviously, for Series X, amazing add-on. But what I'm really looking forward to out of everything is I like the new habs that they're adding, where they're basically empty, and you can pretty much design them from scratch, like however you want. You can get your interior decorator mode on. But I remember when I was building ships before and adding different habs and whatnot, I did remember like looking around like, oh, it'd be cool if I could kind of like place these tables in different areas and these chairs, instead of just adding like the different items that I've collected, on my ventures and throwing that in, in the bay, but rather like being able to decorate the space myself from scratch. And so I'm really glad that they're actually adding that, as well as the other features that they're adding to shipbuilding. A lot of people love shipbuilding in Starfield. That's like if it's not outposts, it's shipbuilding, and people just really, really love that. And I just think the more you add to it and the more you make it user friendly for everyone playing the game, and just adding more cool cosmetic features here, here and there with each update, you're just going to keep people constantly like in there using it. And I think it's a great update. In the chat, let me know what you guys think about the update. Let me know which part of it you guys are looking forward to most. Sorry, Sour Blow, how many playthroughs did you do? Just one?
I just did one.
Just one.
I did spend like over 250 hours. Yeah. Because
you were side questing like a mother. Jesus.
Yeah, that's mainly how I play RPGs. I just
let's check in with the chat. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Glad to see you all here. We got we got a good amount of people in the chat. We're doing well tonight. Don't forget to share this stream out with your friends, whether you're catching the live or you're catching the replay. You know the vibe. Hit subscribe, give a like, and turn on them notifications. Silent Cypher says Starfield is irrelevant unless I'm playing in 4K 120 frames per second. Well, as of May 15th, sir, get your VRR on, because you will have that luxury. Poison Maniac says, did they mention any scrap item mechanic? I don't remember. Did they mention any scrap item mechanic?
No, I don't think so. Not that I heard.
Inventory, I'm assuming. I don't remember them mentioning anything about that per se. Poison also says 40 FPS option is good too if you're able to do that. Oh yeah, that's right. You will also get the options of, it was 30, 40, 60 frames, and then if you have a VRR TV or monitor, you will be able to achieve 120 frames per second. I did see that reported. Yeah. Punty says, "Hey Sour, your background is looking sick."
Thank you.
It is. It's looking really good. You can tell you took time with it.
We're working on it.
Hey, it's the setup is always a progress, right? I mean, I'm just here after hours in the arcade. You know, everybody went home, but you know, it's nothing here. It's nothing here. You know. But at the G-Wave arcade, you know what I'm saying? But no, your setup looks sick, bro. Like, you can tell you've taken time with it and you've developed it over time. You can always tell by looking at somebody's setup, like how far along they are, like with the conception of it, you know? So that looks like that looks like setup number 72. Yeah.
Yeah. Initially, I wanted to put like, by each display, I wanted to put like the weapon on top of it, but then when I started looking at price, I'm like,
yeah, no,
I don't think my wife is gonna approve this.
She just gives you that look, and you already know.
Yeah,
you already know. So Displate, I always obviously see their stuff, but I've just never ordered from them. Obviously you have a good amount of displays, so I feel like this question means nothing. But how do you enjoy their service and their products?
Oh, I love it. I would say the only complaint I would have is that when they do send it, they only send you like one magnet. Like, I feel like they should at least send you like an extra one, because then if you have to move it, you're gonna have to buy the magnets like separately, which I had to do.
Dang, they do that on purpose.
Yeah,
they just want you to spend more monies. What else? What is I gonna say about Starfield?
But the material, you know, feels good. I mean,
that's what's up. So it's good quality then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome. One more thing I was gonna ask about Starfield. Oh, that's what it was. So, if nobody knows, I want Starfield Online. Really bad. Really, really bad. So, Starfield Online, there is nothing about it. Nothing to talk about, right? There's nothing out there to go off of right now. Just that maybe somewhere somebody said it's an idea. We don't know if it's an actual thing coming yet. But when you consider Elder Scrolls and then Elder Scrolls Online, ESO, for you, good sir, do you believe that they will launch a Starfield Online? And if and when they do, when could you see that coming?
Yeah, I would say Starfield definitely would benefit of having either an online mode, or even if it's, give us at least like a cooperative mode where maybe you can play with 3 other friends.
Yep.
And you can go out and do different stuff, but
be on the ship together.
It would definitely benefit. Yeah, especially with such a, you know, massive world you have. Like, why not add online? Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah. When do you think?
Actually,
go
my
ahead.
dream game was actually Star Citizen, which the boys always bully me for that. Like, they always make fun of me because that game's probably never gonna come out. I quit on it myself, but the idea was great. You know, it was like live persistent universe where
that was the one that charged you like $400 for a ship, right?
Oh yeah, it depends. There's actually more expensive ships.
Yeah.
But it's mainly like all the money. The idea of it is everything is you back in for the game. You're basically helping. You don't have to, get those $400 ships or whatever, you're gonna be able to get them in the game. So you can just get like a starter kit or whatever, which is, I got mine's like for $35 on a sale, and that's all I spend on that game.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to check it out, and then when I got to like the main page of it, I was like, whoa. Let me pay this car note real quick.
Every so often they do like a free they call it free flight, which is like a free weekend.
Yeah.
So whenever there's one, I can hit you up and we can jump. The experience is
that would be cool. That would be really cool.
It is cool to like, because the feeling of you like actually going to a planet, actually landing in a planet, taking off, like that's a very cool experience. And it's like kind of like where Starfield, like once you're in a planet, you can feel the scale of the planet. But this is the good thing about this, like there is no loading screen. There is no
a similar game that I was very, very heavy into was Star Trek Online, and I loved it because of like the space exploration, and you could fast travel if you wanted to, or warp drive or whatever, but it was just I just loved that you could fly around in your ship for hours and just bullshit if you wanted to, because you can do that. The universe is just open for you, and I always that's a game I always want to go back to every now and then, because I do miss playing Star Trek Online, and I can be a Trekkie when I want to be. But Star Citizen, if they do another like free weekend or whatever, let me know, because that is a game I have wanted to check out because of like games like EVE Online or Star Trek Online and so on and so forth. And when I saw Star Citizen, I was like, oh my god, this game is massive. Like, what is this? So that would be cool. Let me know, please.
All right.
What was I gonna say? All right, cool. So when do you think they would drop an online for Starfield?
When? Well, I would say either by the end of this year or next year, we're gonna have the DLC. I'm assuming, depending how good that DLC does, they'll probably do one more DLC. So I think if they do it online, it's probably gonna be years away. I would say at least 6-7 years from now, unfortunately. I wish it was soon, because I feel like that game would benefit so much.
Man, do you think it could be? I mean, this is hard to say because of the heavy games that would be coming out around the next console launch. But could you see it as a possibility as coming with the next Xbox whatever launch comes? Like, what is it supposed to be, 2027 or so?
I mean, they could do it, but I wouldn't expect like a graphical leap if they do it, because I would feel they will have to recycle a lot of assets. Because
yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, Starfield Online, will it happen? When will it happen? We shall find out. Let's move on to our next topic, shall we? Which is the TV and film portion of the show. Let's talk about X-Men 97, shall we? And why it is absolutely perfect. Now, without trying to give away any spoilers for our good boy Sourablow over here, who has not watched it yet, but is going to binge it soon, because you better. It's awesome. I will try not to spoil the fun for him. I will not say anything. If he did watch it, I was going to go into some detail, but we won't do that. What I will say is this. X-Men 97 has to be, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record if anyone else has said this, the best piece of Marvel content since the Infinity Saga. And that is not a lie. I remember when episode 1 dropped, and there were clips of X-Men 97 going on around on X, right? On Twitter. And there were already people dismissing it. What is this animation? What is it? What even is this? It doesn't look like the old X-Men animation. Or why does it look like that? And then you have people telling them like, well, it's supposed to look like the old animation. Like, oh, well, this isn't my X-Men. Blah, blah, blah. Because of one clip. One little clip. Me, as well as other people, encouraged people, just watch the freaking show. Try episode 1 instead of looking at one little clip on X and just watch the show. And then what happened? Like 3 days later, everyone's like, damn, amazing. This show is, oh my god, what was I even thinking? And I'm like, I know, what were you thinking? Good grief. X-Men 97 is amazing. From storyline to pacing of storyline to coherence of storyline, and that is a big one. So if anyone has ever watched the regular X-Men animated series, time travel is a thing. It's not a secret. It's not a spoiler. Time travel is a thing. Okay? Is that used in X-Men 97? Yeah. Is that a spoiler? No. Because this is a continuation of the first animated series, right?
Okay, perfect. I was gonna ask you that question.
Yes.
Okay.
So in case people didn't know, this is like season 5 or 6 or whatever it is of the X-Men animated series. But it's X-Men 97 because it takes place these years later, right? The coherence of the storyline, because you're using time travel, because you have so many different characters you have to tell a story through, from Scott Summers to Jean to Storm to Nightcrawler to everyone, you know what I mean, to Magneto, Rogue, Gambit. You have to tell all of these stories as well as get across the story of the villains, which I'm not going to tell you who that is yet. The people working on this show have been doing an absolute fantastic job. If you have not watched X-Men 97, besides Sour Blow, what are you waiting for? Okay? The storyline for the team, or the storylines, if you will, like what's going on with Scott and Jean, and what's going on, there's something that goes on with Storm. She has her own little side story, right? Not trying to give any spoilers. Professor X is gone because of the last season of the original X-Men animated series. So it's like, is he really gone, or like, where is he? What is Magneto's role in all of this? And then you have the animation style. Perfect. Sour Blow, there is a scene in either episode 1 or 2, it might be 1, but maybe 2, where Cyclops does something, like he does this, like a move using his laser beam. That's just so gangster that I was just like, wow. And I said gangster really horrible, but it's so G, bro. It is so G that you're gonna be like, damn, they need to put that in live action. It's so good. My only question, or several questions to you is, you watched the original animated series, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What was your most favorite part from the original animated series? Or the one thing you fondly remember about loving about the show?
Sorry about that. My son is here in the background.
No, you're all good. Bring him on cam. Ask him what his favorite episode of X-Men is.
This is my youngest. Let me get over.
No, you're good. Papa Sour Blow in the house. Oh, what's up, buddy? Hey, bud.
Say hi.
Yeah.
What's that? Say hi.
Hi. Hi. That's funny. So what's the one thing that you fondly remember about the original animated series?
Well, mainly like one of my my favorite character from the animated series was actually Gambit.
Okay.
I used to like
Same.
I like his chemistry with the other guys, and I don't know, I like the way he acted and all that. But other than that, like kind of like what you're telling me, where how this season plays around with like each personal storyline, like they kind of dive into it. I think that was pretty cool because it gives you kind of like a background, like go into example, like when they show like Gambit, like background, like where he came from, why he was the way he was, with all the thing with his family and all that. Like that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. And if they do more than that, then I'm definitely all in for this show.
This season goes off.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I just waiting for my oldest son. He's kind of watching. He's watching Dragon Ball, and he's watching Digimon. So since I'm also watching sport right now, I'm letting him catch on, finish that, and then I'm planning on watching the old ones and then watching the new ones.
Nice. Awesome. Yo, what up, Silent Cypher? Good to see you in the chat, brother. We got Xbox International Podcast in the chat as well. Hello. I believe that's Crazy Louie. Seems like that's how he would say hello. What up, good brother? We got to get him on the show in the future as well. Let's see. What do people say? Infinite Umber says, "Where's Rogue's ass?" But seriously though. RSJ fan says, "I need time to watch that again." Yes, you do. Umber says that was one of the complaints. It was anime-esque.
Yes.
RSJ fan says, between the new Final Fantasy 14 and COD, I got no time. Understandable. Awesome. Crazy Lou says, "Woohoo! I'll be coming by in tights because at the end we are men." If that's a Robin Hood Men in Tights reference, we're gonna be great friends. So what I was gonna say about X-Men 97 is, and I'm glad you said that you liked the fact that they explore each other's story and what each character's story well and whatnot. That is something that was done very well during the Infinity Saga. There was a lot of buildup of everyone's story, for the most part, into this grander story, and X-Men 97 is doing a fantastic job at that. They have found the right timing and pacing to introduce everyone's situation while still bringing you back to the main topic at hand, the main issue, the main situation, the main villain, the main obstacle that the heroes and whatnot need to come up against, and all of that stuff. Robin Hood Men in Tights, baby, hell yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that movie. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Have you been watching X-Men 97? If so, what episode are you on? They just recently dropped episode 8, which is the first part of the 3-part finale. Episode 7 and episode 8 are so good. They're so good, especially episode 7. I was like, holy shit. And then if you haven't watched X-Men 97 besides Sour Blow, what is wrong with you? Oh, right. X-Men 97 is the best. I can't wait for the next season. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so freaking good. Awesome. Ooh, we're gonna have a jam-packed episode for next week. If everybody still can still make it through to next week, that hit me up. We're gonna have a jam-packed episode. Crazy Louie might be able to make it. Retri, I think, said he should be down. Who was Daniel McGee, I think, said he might be down for next week. So yeah, I need to get Umbra on the show. I'm gonna keep bothering him until I do. Gotta get that infinite.
That's why I'm gonna have to save, so I don't get spoilers.
So let me look up the match card for Backlash while we get into the next section of the show. Where is
My son's over here sticking the tongue out, just looking at himself in the screen.
So do you let him watch wrestling?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. That's awesome. Is he going to be watching Backlash with you?
To be honest, currently, like, for WWE, I haven't been watching like all the shows, but usually when there's something that catches my interest, like WrestleMania and so on, I do watch the whole thing. If not, I at least try to keep up with like storylines, like highlights and all that.
RSJ fan says, where does he watch Digimon? I want to rewatch it.
Oh, Digimon. Can I have I would say like a cheater box. don't spread that much.
It's a website. It's okay. I do the same thing for wrestling. I'm not proud of it. But I pay for Peacock, guys. I give my dollars. But I do the same thing for wrestling when there's times I can't like watch like a pay-per-view on time or this or that, and but I need to watch the content. Or if like AEW wants to charge $60 for a pay-per-view, they acting real Sony with that. I need them to fix that because that ain't.
You know what I do for AEW?
Yeah.
I use a VPN and I go all the way to UK, and they get the pay-per-view. They get it like for $20, $15.
Are you serious?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna talk. We are gonna talk. But what is it? Which VPN do you use? Maybe we can get them as a sponsor for the show.
I use Nord, actually. Nord VPN.
Okay. Yeah, good old Nord. Yeah. So I guess since we're already there, let's transition into the wrestling portion of the show, the last segment of the show, if you will. If anybody wants to come by the arcade and play some X-Men while we talk about some wrestling, go ahead. It's right here to my left. And we got some Simpsons in the back as well too. I think we got some Cactus Jack pinball in the back. Let your boy know. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So let's get into the match card for WWE Backlash, which for 2024 will be taking place in France. I think it's Lyon, France, if you will. Lyon something, France. Where does it say?
Yeah.
In Lyon, France.
Lyon.
And it is the first major event to follow this year's massive WrestleMania 40 event. Now, for those of you that don't know, because the new regime, which is being led creatively by Triple H and company, they've been making changes to some of their more bigger premium live events outside of SummerSlam and WrestleMania to bring them into more global spaces, if you will. And now that I look back on it, I feel like shows like Crown Jewel were a tester for this, to create, a PLE that you could bring and but put it on in a much bigger setting and do it more globally and overseas and whatnot. So this is something that's just been in the works, and now we're seeing it being played out even more so. And we saw it, you know, being done last year, and that's when it really begun for a lot of these more sub PLEs to be given a higher platform, if you will, like Elimination Chamber being done in Australia and whatnot. So let's get into the match card, if you will. Let's start with the first match. We have the World Heavyweight Championship with Damian Priest, the champion, versus Jey Uso. So, Priest, as you know, won the championship by cashing in his Money in the Bank contract after Drew McIntyre had won the title for only 5 minutes. For this match, what would you? No, you're good. For this match, who would you say you have winning this one? Like between Damian Priest and Jey Uso. For me, I would love to see Jey Uso finally get a freaking singles title, you know? But at the same time, Damian Priest is such a good champion so far. He looks great with the title, in my opinion. I also don't want to see him drop it yet. You know, if Damian Priest and Jey Uso could run it back a few times for the title somehow, that would be great. But other than that, I'm not really too sure that Jey Uso is going to take this one. How do you feel, Sour?
Yeah, I definitely feel that, you know, Damian Priest, he just won it, you know, recently. And if you want to establish him as like a real champion, you can't just let him lose it right away. I do feel for Jey Uso, like you said, you know, we want to see him win the big one.
Yeah.
But I also feel this is probably not the stage for it. Like, if you want to see him win at like a bigger, you know, pay-per-view, kind of like a SummerSlam or something like that, or even a WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think Damian Priest should win this one, and maybe down the line, whether it's against Damian Priest or someone else, then have, you know, Jey Uso finally win that, and they'll feel more important. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it was being said on Wrestle Talk TV on YouTube. Shout out to Wrestle Talk. They are a channel that I watch very often. But they were saying that this match doesn't feel super big time. And I kind of agree with that. And I kind of hate that, you know, because you have the top babyface for Raw now because Cody's on SmackDown. And you have the top heel outside of Drew McIntyre, which is something they said as well. And as they were talking about this, yeet! What's up, Talos Ray? Good to see you, fam. Yeet! I don't know. I just agree. I agree with them. It doesn't feel like it's been presented as a big time match. And I'm not really sure since WrestleMania how you could have done that. Like, I'm trying to think to myself, like,
how had the time.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, I don't know. I feel like I kind of feel like they had the time, but then again, but I feel conflicted thinking that because I can't really think of like what else you could have done to make this feel big time. You know what I mean? And I feel like the only way you can really make it feel big time is at the PLE when you have the entrances and however the match goes down. Then it feels like it was big time, you know, because of the presentation they put on. But as far as the build up, it's not completely there, and I feel like that's a disservice to both people, you know, both men, because they're top guys, you know. Jey Uso's over like a mother. Damian Priest is over like a mother, and I don't know. Maybe I feel like I said, I feel like it will be big time when we're at the show because it's Backlash, right? most of the time when you think of Backlash, you just think of it as a smaller show.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in France now. So I feel like we as fans have to see Backlash on this scale in order to be like, okay, this is big time.
You know what this match feels like? This match feels like, and I'm gonna compare it with AEW when they, like, for example, when they make a match for like a pay-per-view and there's like not much built up, but you know it could be like it could be a good match because it's two top guys, but there's not really that much like built up to it, so you don't feel it's that big. But then maybe when the pay-per-view come, when the match start, maybe it could be better than what you expect. So that's what we hope here.
Agreed. Well, I do think that they will put on a good match, potentially even a great match. You know, they have the skill. Both of them have the skill for it. Because everything's being run under Triple H, I'm really hoping that now post WrestleMania we start seeing more NXT, old NXT black and gold,
NXT. Yes.
like takeover level competitive matches. You know what I mean? Where every move back and forth is just like an oh my gosh, and you know a 1 2 3 is pulling on your every 1 2 3 is pulling on your heartstrings, and the crowd is just going bananas. Like I know we're already seeing that, right? But Raw and SmackDown still have their formula that they go by, you know, but over little by little you're seeing Triple H rework that, you know. So I'm really hoping that Jay and Damian Priest put on like a hell of a banger, because as far as this match card, they're being presented first. This is the first match of the night. As far as the card is, the order of it is being presented, they are the first match of the night. Card is always subject to change depending, you know, but this is scheduled to be the first match as far as I know. And I just really hope they you know, like Sheamus would say, I just hope they put on a banger, you know, of a match. So we shall see. But I'm Team Yeet. What are you?
You mean Team Uso? Team Jimmy?
Yeah. Team J. I'm Team J. What are you?
Okay.
Are you Damien?
I mean, I would like him. Like, I would be Team him, but if I had to put my money, it's on Damian Priest.
Okay.
I definitely think he's gonna win.
All right, we shall see. So next up on the card, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes as the champion versus AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One. So, obviously, Cody's winning this match, right? He's not losing to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I would be, after everything we've been through to get this title onto Cody and off of Roman, which, by the way, Roman, love you, brother. Why would you ever take, like, I just don't see that happening. Because if we did, you would piss off literally everybody. All the investment that we made. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. We know Cody's winning. Now, so I guess the question for this match is not who's winning, but do you think we're going to get a banger of a match out of this match? Because it is, what, a first time ever between Cody and AJ Styles?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. There was a picture posted on X. Somebody had made it. I should have saved it. And it was Cody back like when he was younger, and AJ Styles when he was younger, like when they first started, but holding Cody was holding the championship, and it was like them two put up against each other, and it was just like for the first time ever. And I thought that looked so cool, because when you think about it, they both were in the WWE before together, but as far as I know, they've never faced each other. I just thought that was a freaking awesome picture. Now, for AJ Styles, storyline wise, because we obviously predict that he's going to take a loss here, what do you think this does for him going forward in his character?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I definitely think this match is important for AJ Style. Not that needs to win it, but I think he needs to show us again what great of a wrestler he is. I don't feel like I can't remember the last time where I saw him fight and I'm like, this guy is like one of the best, if not the best wrestler like in the world. Which there was a time that he was up there. Like when you think of like, this guy can put on a show, like this guy is one of the best like in ring, and I don't think he has shown it for a while. I think Cody Rhodes is the perfect dancing partner for that, and especially like to tell a story through the match and also have a great match. So I am looking forward to this match. Now, as for AJ, it all depends what are his plan, because I think he's up there in age too, isn't he? Like 40 something.
Yeah, he is nearing retirement soon. He did say that he only has like a few years left or something. Yeah, man, that's gonna be sad to see him go.
Yeah, so I would like him to go on a really good, a nice run before he retired, and hopefully now, with Triple H in control, he can kind of like show more, because I feel like under Vince McMahon regiment, like he wasn't able to shine as much as he probably could have, because like he was really hot like outside for a while. Then when he came in, he was hot for a while, but then I feel like they didn't use him to his full potential. That personally me, someone that has watched him outside of WWE, but hopefully he goes on a good run. But that's just me. I kind of watch all over the place.
Yeah, no, I feel you. What was I gonna say? I think this is going to be a really good match. I'm excited to see them finally, face each other and whatnot. And what's crazier about it is it's two members of the Bullet Club. So if you know your wrestling stuffs, about NJPW and New Japan Pro and all of that, this is going to be fun to watch, because for any wrestling fan that really knows the history of these two, they have a lot more in common than people realize. You know what I mean? They're both Bullet Club, and the OC is still a thing in the WWE. So it's like,
I also feel that for Cody, it is important to put a great match, because you need to show why you're the champion now. So if I would take a guess and a pick, I would say this would probably have to be the fight of the night.
Shout out to Iben Wakinov in the chat. That is a great name. Don't forget to join the channel, become a member. Should only be $1. I don't ask for much. If not, it's all good. Share out the stream to your friends. Let them know where the time is at. Yeah. Let's get on to the next match. We have the WWE Women's Championship. The champion Bayley defends her title versus Tiffany Stratton, who was just drafted from NXT to SmackDown, right? And versus Naomi is a triple threat match for the WWE Women's title. I believe Bayley will retain the Women's Championship, but at the same time, I would not put it past WWE or even Triple H to just throw the title onto Tiffany Stratton. The crowd loves her. She's amazing in the ring. She's fine as all hell. No disrespect. Just saying, she is. But she has a great look to her. She has great character. She's great on the mic. Like, she's really perfected her character down in NXT before coming to Raw. Sometimes when you see people drafted from NXT to Raw or SmackDown, to the main shows, they don't. It kind of takes them a while to blend. You know, you see that like they're either nervous, they make a few mistakes here and there, like when they're on the mic, the promo just doesn't get delivered, you know, as smooth as you would want it to. And but with Tiffany Stratton, she's been just such a natural at every aspect of what it is that she needs to do on the program. So for you, I think Bayley's going to retain the title, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put the strap on Tiffany Stratton. I don't really see Naomi winning in this match, but I do see her winning one of the titles somewhere down the line. What about you?
First of all, I gotta say, I feel so bad for Naomi because I feel like she's talented, but it's like she doesn't really. Other than that time she had the title, I don't feel like she gotten that much of a break.
Yeah, I know. Same. Yeah.
Yeah. But regarding Tiffany, I've seen a lot like of clips of her. But I'm gonna be honest, I haven't sat down to watch a full match or to watch any of her promos, so I don't really know that much other than, you know, she's very athletic and she can do some very cool moves. So she does have a nice aura to her, and you know, people do seem to like her. I was telling a buddy of mine the other day, we were talking about her, and she gets compared a lot to, I don't know if you know who's Mariah May, who's also who's in AEW.
Which, by the way, just so you know, AEW brought out Mariah May after Tiffany Stratton had already established herself and made a name for herself. Keep that in mind. Continue.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna say is, you know, they have the comparison and all that, but what I was telling my friend is, I feel that Tiffany could get like more over, and probably, you know, is super over at WWE because she's nothing alike to the rest of the roster. She's completely different. As to Mariah May, in AEW, there's a lot of wrestlers that kind of wrestle that way.
Yes.
So it's kind of like you're already seeing it, so it doesn't make that much of a pop.
Yeah.
So that does help her a lot, definitely.
Wait. If I had a siren right now, I would sound that shit, and I would sound the alarm and alert the masses. Wait, everybody, wait. We got Vic, the motherfucking Click, in the chat.
Oh, Vic.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you, fam. Glad to have you here.
How you doing, man?
Always a pleasure. Shout out to you. No Diddy Them Cheeks says, well, hello there, Dusty guest in chat. How y'all doing? We are doing mighty fine. No Diddy Them Cheeks. God. Why did that take me a second to process?
Oh, do I have echo?
No, I think it's me. It might be my end. I'll keep adjusting my microphone. I don't know what is wrong with it, but I think when I moved, something in the connection of my microphone and my PC just doesn't make sense anymore. Hey, we got Far Q in the chat. How are you doing, brother? Much love to you. Hey, what's up, baby? Just got my roommates chilling next to me. They're having a good time. So, what was I saying? Oh, so do you think Bayley is going to retain her title?
Yeah. I will go with Bayley, and I would probably, to be honest, what I would do is I will have Bayley actually beat Tiffany to kind of build build a rivalry between them two. Yeah. I have build a nice program and then build her up more.
Between Naomi and Tiff?
No, I mean Bayley and Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like they're putting, because I feel like Bayley's going to retain her title because Tiff and Naomi are going to be too distracted with each other, right? And I feel like that's going to lead to even more of an issue between the two of them before Tiffany actually makes her way more to the title again. I could be very wrong on that, but just the way that they've been setting everything up, I just kind of feel like we're going to keep seeing more from Tiffany and Naomi before we see more from Tiffany versus Bayley or whoever might be champion at the time. Now, for the next match we have coming up is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. The Kabuki Warriors as the champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane, versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I even with a distraction, I do not see how Jade and Bianca lose this match.
Oh yeah.
I don't see it.
Definitely. Yeah, I see them win, and they're probably gonna hold the titles for a little bit.
Yeah.
And eventually, you're gonna build that rivalry between them.
Yes.
The breakup and everything. Yeah, definitely.
And unless they decide to push that rivalry now, and let's say for some reason Bianca loses the match for them and they don't win the titles and Jade turns on Bianca there. But see, the problem with that is if you do that, then you're making Jade a heel while Bianca stays a face. When a lot of people would like to see Jade be the face and Bianca turn heel, because they feel like Bianca has more substance as a character when she's heel, which I kind of feel the same way. She's a little dry as a face, in my opinion. But that feels like a stretch to me. So with this match, I'm going to go ahead and say that Jade and Bianca are going to win the women's tag team titles and defeat the Kabuki Warriors. Would you agree?
Yeah. And to add to what you said, I think if you want to build Jade as a face, you have to kind of keep on with the storyline. Have Bianca actually be the one that turn on her, because if you think about it, Jade was a heel in AEW. So yeah, most people that do actually know her as a heel, not as a face.
That is true. I did forget about that. That is very true. So you could essentially do that, and people are still gonna love her regardless, but that is true. I totally forgot about that aspect. So damn, with that being said, anything could kind of go in this match. Either Bianca and Jade win the titles, or they lose, and that's where we see the issue rise. Jade feeling like she's superior to Bianca because Bianca lost the match for them. If it was Jade in the ring, they wouldn't have lost, sort of, angle.
Yeah, I can see that too, but I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna build up to it slowly.
Same. Yeah, I think they're gonna push them to the moon. Yeah. But what do they call it? Strap the rocket to their back. Yeah. Next match, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus the New Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and the debut in ring debut, I should say, of Tama Tonga, which for those of you who don't know is another family member, but came from New Japan. Ran roughshod over there, just absolute amazing talent, and this is the first time we get to see him in action. Sour Blow, you go first. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus the New Bloodline. The way the story's been going so far, do you really see the New Bloodline being defeated in this match?
I don't think they will, just because also this is their debut from Tama Tonga, so why would you have them lose in the debut?
Yes, it doesn't make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. I think you can have them win, especially like Backlash, and then eventually down the line you can have both Orton and Kevin Owens, get their, get it back, run it back, and then get their win.
Now, one thing to consider Whenever the Bloodline had matches in the past and Jimmy wasn't wrestling, Jimmy, or you could say Jay back in the day, but Jimmy more so now, would have been the one to cause the distraction for the win, right? But now it's just Solo and Tama.
Gary, no.
No, go for it. Go for it. Do what you got to do. So my question that I'll ask to Sour when he gets back, that I'll ask to everyone else watching, is are we going to see a distraction in this match? Okay, so now that you're back, my question is, because I was processing it as I was trying to say it, because Jimmy was the distraction before, are we going to see somebody make an appearance in this match as a distraction for the Bloodline to win this match?
Well,
and
I think about it,
you know who I'm referring to.
Yeah, what's his name?
He just got signed.
Yes,
Joe. No, wait, Joe. Wait, yeah, no, isn't his name Joe too? Jeez, wow.
Yeah, I forgot, but I remember I saw an article that he was supposed to debut, and they decided to delay it.
Yes.
So this would be the perfect opportunity for that.
Let me look it up right now. One second, everyone. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Jacob Fatu. Fatu. Yes. So, let me close this window. Okay. So, Fatu, who is the nephew of Rikishi and Umaga, and the cousin of the Usos and Solo Sikoa, is expected to join up with Sikoa's new bloodline in the coming weeks. So for those of you that don't know, Jacob Fatu was just recently signed to the WWE, and he even announced it himself. So going back to my question for Backlash, do we see the introduction of Jacob Fatu? Because you have Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, right? And so the rumor is Tongaloa will be making their way soon, as well as what was the other one's name? I just watched him wrestle the other day. I forget how to say his name. He's a great talent as well too. But with as far as Backlash is concerned, do you think Jacob Fatu will finally make an appearance and be the reason why the bloodline get the 1, 2, 3?
I can see that. I could definitely see that happen, especially after I saw that article that his debut got delayed for other plans. I mean, that could probably be the reason why.
Yeah. I think it would be awesome because it would further cement what Solo is doing. Because right now, we don't know. Like, okay, this is what I think. I don't think Solo's working for The Rock. I think Solo's doing this on his own. He's going into business, if you will, quote unquote, for himself. So, for that, like, if you introduce Jacob Fatu as another member, it just further cements that, like, yo, Solo is like a problem right now. But then I question that, because if Solo is going into business for himself, where does that put The Rock? Because we already kind of see what's happening with Roman Reigns right now. But where does that put The Rock? So then you question, okay, is Solo going into business for himself? or is he getting the job done for The Rock? Because after seeing how The Rock has had been since his return, turning heel, exuding dominance over Cody the way he did in the time that he did. What if Solo is like, yo, Roman's not the tribal chief. This is the tribal chief, the final boss. It's so many. That's the one thing I love about the Bloodline storyline. There's just so many questions, right, that you can ask, because at the end of the day, we just don't know. So we both think that the Bloodline will obviously win this match, because it would ruin storyline if they didn't, unless they found a clever way to go about a loss for them in this match. So the main question is, do we see the arrival of Jacob Fatu, or do we see the arrival of another member? We will only find out. When it comes to the Bloodline storyline, all you can do is ask questions all day, and then everything else is just as in the world of Mav, fun speculation, right? So let's move on to the next match. We have the Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn as the champion versus Chad Gable. This match, I don't know how to call, to be honest with you. I really don't. I would love to see Sami Zayn, retain, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised in a match like this for him to drop the title to Chad Gable. Chad has lost many times trying to win this belt, and Sami Zayn is a guy that I feel like if he were to lose, it wouldn't hurt him, especially if it was done in a screwy way, because it's Chad Gable being the heel now. But I don't know. I don't know how to call this one. This is probably the one match I can't really predict, because you could easily say like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep the title on Sami. Yeah, of course. But in regards to Chad Gable, why? Why would you keep the title on Sami? Why not put the title on Chad? Chad holds it for a little bit, and then Sami comes back for it, and they start going back and forth over the Intercontinental Championship until another person comes into the middle of it. I don't know. It's kind of hard. Yeah. What do you think?
Honestly, I do think Chad Gable's gonna win it, and the reason why is I don't think it was the moment for Sami Zayn to actually beat Gunther for it in the first place. So
you feel like this will cement it?
I think this is more like he's a transitional champion. To maybe for some reason they didn't want Chad Gable to just beat Gunther for it, so they kind of did that transition. But I see Chad Gable winning it. I mean, I don't see a reason why not to put it on him right now. Like you said, he has tried many times. He has failed, but now as a heel, you can kind of establish him by winning by winning it this time.
Yeah.
And then there's so many ways you can go. You can do the rematch. You can do many other things with that.
True.
I don't see, like, this is not Sami Zayn's like time right now. Like I feel like he lost a little bit of that flavor that he had like when he was back in the bloodline and all that.
Yeah.
Like when he was really over.
True. I don't know. Tough one to call. I mean, I can see Sami retaining, but at the same time, I don't know. This whole thing with Chad Gable, I feel like anything could really happen, to be honest with you. And, with every other match on the card, how much of an upset would it be, for the WWE universe to see Sami lose, So we'll see what happens. The next match. Oh, wait. Who's going to retain? You think Sami's going to retain?
No, I think he's going to lose.
You think he's going to lose?
Chad Gable's
I hate to say it because I don't want him to, but I think he's going to lose too. Damn it. All right, next match, WWE Tag Team Championships. 8 Count Down, under Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I could see A-Town Down Under retaining.
For this one, personally, I haven't been following
This storyline.
tag team division.
Yeah,
it's so I have no clue.
This storyline, I have to admit, is very, very minimal. I feel like this match is to put over Grayson Waller and Austin Theory as credible champions, even if you love to like despise them. I wouldn't say hate, but like despise them because they're very weaselly, you know. So because the Street Profits are a very credible tag team, if Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeat them, that solidifies them as a credible tag team and as champions. And besides, I feel like it's too easy to have them lose because obviously that's just what the crowd wants, right? But that doesn't mean that's not what the crowd should always get. And how much of a heel pop would you get for them to retain, whether it's clean or by crook, you know? I think Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are going to retain for this match. That's what I'm calling. I would like to see Street Profits win, but the timing of it just doesn't feel right. Chad Gable winning feels more right than Street Profits winning here. So, for you,
I don't even know what, you know. I haven't.
When you I guess in just the simple thought of when you just think about both teams in themselves, who and you put them against each other, who do you think would win? Going off of like Triple H's thinking and the rest of the matches on the card, the way that they're going.
It's
hard to say, huh?
Yeah, it's hard to say for me because like since I haven't been following nothing to do with that, you know, I don't even know what's going on the tag team, you know, division right now.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Well, with that being said, let's get on to the last match on the card, which is for the World Tag Team Championships. Because the last one, if you guys don't know, were for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth versus the DIY, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. I think this is when DIY finally takes it. Now, I know you said you haven't been paying much attention to the tag team division and whatnot, but the way the storyline has been building since before WrestleMania for DIY, I feel like they've been groomed, for lack of a better word, for this position to be crowned tag team champions finally on the main roster. The Miz and R-Truth have been doing a great job holding the tag team titles. They've had title defenses and just have been putting on, you know, good matches and good entertainment and content and whatnot. But I feel like just like Sami Zayn, they were put into this position because one, they deserve it. R-Truth deserves it. You know, they're presenting brand new tag team championships, like redesigns, and you know, why not put it on two of the longest workers you've had in the last however many decades, you know? And especially for R-Truth, because I think this was like a first, like him winning the tag team titles at WrestleMania, I think was his first title win at a WrestleMania ever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I believe so. So this, you know, I believe this was for two reasons. They are transitional champions to DIY, but at the same time, it was because they also earned it. They deserve it. R-Truth deserves it. You know, what do you think for this match? How do you see it going down? Obviously, yes, I know it's being tag team, but after everything I just explained, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just smirking because just remembering, like yesterday when R-Truth actually like debuted it and I first started seeing him. Man, I thought he was annoying. I used to hate him.
Oh my god.
And
Many people used to say that. Many people used to say that, yeah.
After all these years, he's, you grown fond from him,
Because he's the
he did
truth.
grow on you, yeah.
Because he's the
But
truth.
man, I thought it was annoying. But no, it's nice that, first of all, I always like to give props when things are done well, and it's nice that at least, even if they lose the title now, but they let them hold the title, and they let him have his moment at WrestleMania, because he definitely deserves it. He's a pretty good entertainer, and he's been doing it for years. And the Miz is probably another person that has given them so many things. Even though I'm not really a fan of the Miz, but I do appreciate what he's done for the business. Now, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, I am fan of them, even though I haven't been following the storyline. So yeah, I mean, like, that's a great team right there. Like, I never thought of them as teammates, but now that you mention it, like, that's a nice pair right there.
Yeah, when they were down in NXT, they were either friends, rivals, teammates, foes. Like, it was just back and forth with them. And but now they've gotten to a point in their story where they're back as a team. Will they have another dissension later on in the future? Only time will tell. If they do, I swear to God, that better be a main event match, because Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa is a 5-star match. Just saying it is a 5-star match.
Yeah.
If you let them just go,
Yeah.
I believe for this match, DIY will finally win the titles. They deserve it. They've been working hard for it. They've had a lot of matches, like I said, even before WrestleMania, where they've been put into this position. I feel like if they don't win, I would assume that if the titles are going to be put on them later, maybe SummerSlam, something bigger. But I feel like that would be a place where they could defend their titles and really put on a good show to cement that they're the new credible champions and whatnot. So
I agree.
DIY will be taking, in my opinion, the World Tag Team Championships. You agree, good sir?
Yeah, I agree. Makes sense.
Awesome. And that is the last match on the card. So for this episode, we are done. Thank you so much, Sour Blow, for being here, good sir. Before we get out of here, do you have any final thoughts on anything that we talked about here tonight, whether it be X-Men 97, Starfield May update, or the Backlash predictions?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you see any possibility, and would it make sense, WWE working together with AEW?
I didn't know you were going to ask that, but I just had a feeling that was going to come up eventually, because I had this conversation with somebody else. It would be amazing.
It would be good
to finally open the true Forbidden Door. So for those of you who don't know watching, the Forbidden Door is a reference to where back in the day, wrestling companies hardly ever let their wrestlers work with any other promotion unless those promotions worked together, like they were in conjunction with each other. Other than that, you would never see anything like that happen. Obviously, times have changed over the years, and AEW, All Elite Wrestling, actually opened the Forbidden Door by allowing, being able to partner with New Japan Pro Wrestling, purchasing Ring of Honor, and having talent being able to compete across not only those promotions, but other promotions as well too, like Mexico promotion, AAA, GCW, I believe, and as well as other promotions. So, but as great as that is, there is only one true Forbidden Door in the wrestling industry, in my opinion. And that is the Forbidden Door that connects the WWE to every other promotion in the world, as well as their competitor, AEW, which back in the day would have been WCW, and this would never happen. Never happen. Ever. This would never happen. Do I think we could finally see a time where we see a WWE versus AEW match or a show? I do. I do believe one day we will see it. This depends on one person, because you need to have good business relations with the other side, and that is Tony Khan. I do believe Triple H is open to the idea. I know Tony Khan is open to the idea.
Well, initially, yeah, Tony Khan was always open to it.
Yeah.
But, the other side did not want, which I think was mainly,
That's Vince.
Of course, Vince. Exactly.
But I don't know talk about him no more.
Yeah. but I don't know, because things also were said. I know Triple H said it under his not his regiment, but he did say things that kind of like opened some wounds there. So I don't know now how the negotiation, will work there. But hopefully it does happen. I think it's good for business. I do think AEW has made WWE better, because before AEW, I think the product was stale.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible, and they definitely picked up after the competition. So competition is definitely better for both sides. But I also think some friendly thing, like maybe they can do like an event like once a year where they kind of like cross over. I think that would be pretty cool, and they can split like revenue or something like that.
There was another picture that was shared out today that I reposted, or it was shared out yesterday or something, and it was a picture of Cody Rhodes holding the title, a current picture, against Swerve Strickland holding his AEW World Championship. Because for those of you that don't know, they competed against each other for Defy Wrestling, I think 10 years ago or something like that. Maybe 5 years. I think maybe 10 years ago. No, sorry. Not sure how many years. It was their first ever main event for Defy. And it was Cody Rhodes versus Swerve Strickland. And when I saw this picture, I was like, damn.
Yeah, that would be...
Imagine...
You don't even have to put titles on the line.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Imagine like a best of 5 series or best of 7, and no titles are on the line, but it's your 2 top champions. And when I saw this flyer, I was like, wow, how awesome would that be to see your 2 top heavyweight champions fighting cross promotion. That would just be insane. You know what I mean? I think that would just be absolutely wild. Will it ever happen? With how AEW is, and with Triple H in control, I do believe so. One day we could actually finally see something happen. Kind of like how back in the day, before we knew WWE or WWF bought ECW, how there would be that interaction. I could see it. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, putting it that way, I think it could happen. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Tony Khan used to have a good relationship with UFC.
Yes.
So I think that could still be kind of there now that,
that could be the end, yeah.
Merge.
Yeah,
so
that could
maybe they can plan something. I think that would be very interesting.
Shout out to Poison Maniac. Thank you so much for the links in the chat. Always doing a great job. Love you, brother. Love all my mods. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Poison Maniac, man. Awesome mod. Awesome mod. I don't ask. I feel like I don't ask for much. I feel like I don't really ask for anything. I share the tweet that I'm streaming. They share it out. I don't think I've ever asked for, links to be shared at the end, but Poison Maniac always shows up and does his thing, and I'm just like super thankful for that. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
It's this, I feel like it's a equal respect, and I couldn't ask for more than that, When you do streams like this and you start building your own little community, and you assign modship to people that you would like to be a part of your stream team, if you will, you always hope that it's people that you have a good connection with,
Yeah.
and because we all don't really know each other, we're all getting to know each other little by extreme little over time, but you still hope for that solid connection with people as you build that community and that team. And everyone that's here, that whether they hang out or they're a mod or whatnot, I couldn't ask for a better community that's growing under this channel. And when more people come around to the show and the community gets bigger, I will do my best to make sure to point out those people to the rest of the community. Like, you need to know who these people are, because these people are down. They're always here for everyone's shows. They're down for the cause, giving great insight, being a part of the laughs and whatnot. And like I said, I just couldn't ask for a better group of people. So whether you're a mod or not, shout out to you. But to Poison Maniac, salute, brother. Always love. Well, that'll do it for this episode of G-Wave TV. Thank you so much once again to Sour Blow for joining us. Let everybody know where they can find you on the socials, please.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you so much for the invite. You can find me Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the XBI podcast channel, together with Crazy Lou, Silent Cypher, and Plume Network. We have a podcast. We talk gaming there, so you're welcome to join. Everyone's accepted, no matter what platform you like. And lately, I've been doing content here and there. I've been talking some sport in my YouTube channel, Sour Blow. I haven't been doing much because I do it when I have time, but you can follow me there. Twitter is also at Sour Blow, and Xbox is also at Sour Blow. Even though lately, since I've been playing a lot of Dragon Dogma, mainly I've been on Steam playing that, but I am getting back to playing some Sea of Thieves. So if you like Sea of Thieves, you can hit me up, and we can find time hopefully and play some.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you for being a guest on the show. I would love to have you again in the future, whenever you can make it. I know you have your responsibilities, so I do appreciate the time that you gave to this. And you had a busy day today because this was your second show. Shout out to Xbox International Podcast. Love the show. Hope one day.
Today we had two developers actually, so it was
nice.
A very interesting episode. If you want to learn more about the the process of game development and things like AI and so on, there was great conversation today.
Awesome. Well, I hope one day to be a guest on your show. I am a fan of your guys' show, and I try to stop by when I can.
Let's talk that right after this. Let's talk.
Awesome. I'm super down.
Bring you there.
I'm super down. Hey, whenever.
Actually, I was planning on doing like when I came in, doing a kind of like the same day, but you told me, we already had gas, so. Well, definitely, we need to get you in. Definitely.
All good.
We've been talking it behind the scenes.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to that, and then we can try something with, like, if we find the right day for it, where I can be a guest on your guys' show, and then you can be a guest again on my show right after, and we can just have a big old party with it. Or if the guys can make it, maybe I can be a guest on your guys' show, and then all of XBI can come over to my show right after, and we can just keep the party going with everyone. But yeah, that would be fun. Let me know. I'm always down for a good time with you guys. You guys are like I said, some of the good friends that I have in this community. The ones that I'm like, oh, what's this person doing? What are they up to? So, you guys can find me on the socials on X, not the C, but Twitter, at the Dusty Uno, Dusty for short, but the Dusty Uno. You can find me right here on YouTube, the Dusty Uno, since YouTube does that now, because YouTube is like everything else. If you would be so kind, if you would like, if you have Instagram, you can follow me on my personal Instagram at my name is Neo __. And yeah, We will see you guys next time. As always, whether you're here for the live or you're the replay, you know the vibe. Hit subscribe, give a like, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace, everybody. Yeah.